Well, this is not exactly an easy thing to take care of, considering it's in a corner, and apparently I'm not hitting it in the back, even though I'm clearly hitting in the black gooey part of it, or whatever membrane that is. I'm not sure. I don't know. So it looks like we're going to have to brute force this too. And I hope you are about ready to see the boss of this place, because beyond, it's actually right beyond this gate. Well, I guess not technically right behind this gate, but still, I mean, this is leading back to the main gate, so yes. Well, this is the first boss of, well, I guess not technically first boss, but this is the boss of Demon Souls, and well, we ain't got none to lose, because we've unlocked all the shortcuts, we've done basically everything in this place, but let's make one final check to see if I got everything I need here. Do I have any turpentine? I don't think I have any turpentine, do I? Well, crap. Well, I'm not going all the way back to that shop, so bonsai, we're going right in there. You see that big blobby thing? Yeah, that's the boss. The boss itself has absolutely 0 attacks. You heard me right, it does not have an attack. The problem is, all those phalanxes, or whatever you call those things, this is where a lot of firebombs comes in handy. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of firebombs at the moment, because pardon the expression, but I pissed them away earlier. That's really the only way I can word that. I mean, there's no real reason to throw as many firebombs as I did, but, yeah, let's worry about that later. We have a big, solid blob of steel coming right at us. Now, the best way I've come up with fighting these things if you don't have firebombs, you don't have turpentine, is a hit-and-run strategy. You want to isolate as many of these things as you can. Generally speaking, you don't really want to face a big line of phalanx right, face to face. You want to try and separate them as many as possible, because, and while the boss does respawn more, it takes a good while for them to respawn more. I think like a minute or two. So if you can kill more than one, or however many it spawns, I don't remember how many it spawns, but as long as you can kill more than it spawns, eventually you will run out of these. And it is a great feeling when it runs out, because it's a big blob that just sits there defenseless, and you can just hit it all day long until it dies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to deal with the more immediate threat. If you learn anything from this, don't waste your fire bombs. I guess I'm just gonna go with, I'm doing this to show you you don't need them. But, I mean, really, you probably should save them if you learn anything from this. I don't even know if you can use magic at this point. Obviously, if you're on New Game Plus, you can. And if you're on New Game Plus, I have no idea what the magic is called in Demon Souls. It's still called Firestorm. I don't know. Basically, anything with fire, I think these things are weak to. And I need to heal before I... Yeah, there we go. Anyway. There is no doubt. This is a very slow, but this is a slow and steady and very assured victory. However, if you aren't patient, this is going to seem like an eternity, but there are ways you can speed this up. Namely, of course, the old, don't waste all your fire bombs. But if you're doing this my way, aka the very long drawn out way, you can still speed this up. All you really have to do is make a big circle around it and be a little more aggressive than I am. I'm a very defensive-minded gamer at heart. It's just, that whole I don't want to die thing, or have any chance of dying, so I tend to just turtle my way to victory, and usually it'll work. There's really not a whole lot more to this fight other than you gotta clear away the phalanx, or whatever these things are called, to actually hit the big blob. I mean, really, that is the big gimmick of this fight. Thankfully, they don't really hit all that hard, even if you do want to go in two-handing, but, if enough of them hit you, you will get stun-locked, so I usually like to play it safe at least a little bit. As you can see, there is a big hole in the defense right there. I don't know why, there are a lot of phalanxes left, but as more and more phalanxes die, there are more holes in the defense, and the more the holes that there are in the defense, the more they will scramble to try and cover that defense, or cover that weakness. And the more they try and scramble and cover the weakness, the more they leave themselves exposed. I'm sorry, I just can't really think of anything more to add to this right now, especially when I'm trying not to get stabbed. You know, now that I stopped and look at that health bar at the bottom, I have hit this thing how many times now? And that's all the damage I did? Oh yeah, I didn't actually upgrade my weapon, did I? Well, we're doing this with a regular longsword. So this is basically an exercise in what most people would call the worst situation possible. Next to no firebombs to start out, no upgraded weapons. I don't even know if you can have magic at this point, but I don't have any of that either. So, yeah, this is not the optimal situation right now. Oh crap, it's making a dash toward the wall. Even if a lot of phalanxes are dead, if that thing gets up against the wall, well, you only need half the amount of phalanxes to defend it then. Not to mention the fact you can't really get behind a phalanx that has its back to a wall. And I don't think that thing's going to move, so this is going to take even more jerry-rigging than it would have had taken before. Thankfully, these things are just facing the wrong way. I have no idea why. It is rather stupid, but I am certainly not complaining about that. I'm probably not paying as much attention as I probably should to my flanks, but these things are very slow moving as you see here, and they're not really all that threatening. I mean, you still don't really want to give them, an opening to attack you with, but I'm beginning to notice more and more openings to the boss here, and that means we're almost to the point where I think I'll probably be able to start attacking the boss soon. Yeah, I only see a handful of phalanxes left. I have no idea the actual numerical value of how many there were to start with, but there's nowhere near as many as they started with, I'm pretty sure. I forgot they can actually attach to the boss. I believe if they're attached to the boss, they also heal. So if you didn't actually kill one and it's running back to the main boss, it's probably trying to heal. And that thing is hoofing it. It's trying to get away from me, but that's good for me because the more it moves, the more it's leaving its protectors in the dust. Yeah, this fight is almost over. There's only 3 of these things left, and now it's basically take your victory lap. I mean, not to jinx myself here, but yes, this is basically a this is over moment. You dick. You just spawned more, didn't you? Right after I said that. Well, so much for that wave of reinforcements, huh? Slash, slash, slash. No, seriously, I'm just trying to swing as often as I can here, because it's defenseless. It can't do anything at this point. This is the satisfying part. It's not often in Dark Souls, Demon Souls, you know, whatever, that the boss is defenseless. This is one of those moments where you just savor the moment. You know, after all those times of dying to Flame Lurker, all those times of dying to Sif, all those times of dying to Artorias, you know? You were the one that was defenseless in. Now, oh yeah, a boss just totally screwed. And he knows he's screwed. And this was Phalanx. And once we defeat a demon or a boss, we get our body back. What this means online is, same as Dark Souls, you can be invaded. But there are ways around it, of course. You could just go kill yourself. Most people do that in the Nexus as to avoid darkening their world tendency, but it's really up to you. Anyway, for now, we're returning to the Nexus. Man, this has been quite a long session, isn't it? This is going to be hell to edit. Oh, this is... hopefully, you know, somebody's enjoying this out there, though. Makes it all worthwhile.
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the Nexus to thee.
And we're back. And as the lady in black says, or the, well, whatever her name is, I don't remember. But, yeah, if you don't know where this is, believe you me, I spent, I think, an hour and a half. I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. I think I spent an hour and a half trying to find this thing before a buddy of mine told me where he is. And I'm like, oh, seriously? Yeah. I knew he was somewhere up here, except there's one little critical detail they didn't really mention. You're supposed to turn off here. I kept going up. Can you please spot the NPC? Yes, it's by the candle.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the Monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is something thou needest to know. Once, we too, a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under a benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to his slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and half the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what land still remained, we entrusted 6 elders with 6 precious archstones. 1 to the king of a small yet diligent land. 1 to the king of the burrowers underground. 1 to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. 1 to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. 1 to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed at nodes across the earth. We contained the Old One inside this nexus and banned the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, The other monumentals have perished, and only I remain. Now it is your turn. You must lull the Old One back to its slumber, and seal it away for all eternity. If not, the deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to accept this mission?
You know, I don't think I've ever actually said no, but I'm not going to start now.
Yes, we are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The Old One, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom.
Foreshadowing. But yes, we have unlocked the rest of the areas, which means we can go anywhere we want now. I'm not going up there because there's no point to that, though. But after finally killing Phalanx, we can level up now, thank God, because I don't really want to wait any longer. I would like to get all these souls that are burning a hole in my pocket out of there, and preferably increase some stats or another. I haven't quite decided what to upgrade yet, though, which is kind of funny, considering, you know, I probably should have thought about this more. I can tell you one thing for sure, two for probably, one definitely will be strength, because, well, I love strength weapons. And the second is intelligence. What blasphemy is this? Barak wants intelligence? Yes, because I actually use some spells in this game.
Brave soul, who fears not death. Prithee, lull the Old One back to its ancient slumber.
I believe blue eye stones are your co-op. I don't quite remember what white eye stones are for, but, yeah, that's mainly for your multiplayer functions right there.
What is it? Dost thou seek soul power?
I don't know, what do you think? No, I don't want any power. Yes, of course I do.
So be it. After all, thou requirest strength. Go forth, touch the demon inside me.
Right here, right now?
Let these ownerless souls become thine own.
Suggestive comments aside, this is how you level up. And, I kind of wish I knew what I was going to do here. I know I want strength. I just don't know how much strength I want. Yeah, I think... how much do I need? I think I want at least 16th strength. I don't remember what weapon's for. I remember I needed 16 strength, though. So I suppose I should probably up my strength now, because I do remember I wanted 16 strength. So that's done. I want some endurance. I do want some intelligence, but faith, we'll get that later. I want at least 3 spell memory, which, if I'm correct, I think I need 18 intelligence? Something like that. I like to get at least 2 spell memory now, so there we go. That's all I can do, and I got most of what I want.
As for me, I am only here to tend to the flames. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. Art thou done? May thine strength help the world be mended.
Now you're probably wondering just what spells Barak would be using. Well, I plan on using warding and hopefully at least one other, but this is winding down, and sadly, I shall have to see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.